Welcome to Hello Future Generation. Today we are joined by Kritika Jha, a UGC NET JRF qualified in philosophy, a PhD scholar in IIT Madras, an alumna of Miranda House and Hindu College, University of Delhi, and her research journey reflects the power of academic consistency and clarity. But alongside her research plan or the path, she has also worked as PMU State Coordinator with the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, Government of India. In this episode, we will decode what UGC NET and JRF really mean and how Kritika cracked JRF and her journey to IIT Madras and what academic life truly looks like beyond degrees. So let's begin this episode. Kritika, to begin with, please introduce your academic journey with all of us.
Hello, thank you so much for inviting me to Hello Future Generation. This is Kritika. I am born and brought up in Delhi. I belong to Bihar. My academic journey has always been in Delhi. So I completed my schooling in various schools like Bal Bhavan International School, Army Public School, Delhi Public School. And then I took humanities in 11th and 12th. And after that, I was pretty confused which subject to choose for bachelor's. Everyone is has been through that stage.
Yes.
So finally, I decided to choose philosophy, although it was not there in my subject in 11th and 12th, but the subject particularly excited me a lot. So I wanted to pursue that. I wasn't much worried about career at that time. I had wanted to pursue my interest, so I took philosophy. Plus, one point was that I was getting it in Miranda House, which was the NIRF ranking one college. So that lured me. The subject was also very interesting, so I took BA Honors Philosophy in Miranda House, 2018-21 batch. Post that, I thought of pursuing MA in philosophy also, which I took in Hindu College again, University of Delhi. So then since in my childhood only, so this was my passion that I have to do the highest education, which I know today that there is nothing called highest education, but in terms of degree, it is PhD. So while completing MA, I realized that maybe I'd like to pursue more in academics. But at the time of MA, I was pretty much clueless about how to go in academics and all. So after MA, I gave my PhD attempts, but I could not make through the interview. So, and meanwhile, I got this job of project monitoring unit state coordinator in MoSJE. So I took that, but I kept trying for my academic journey for pursuing PhD. So I kept doing that, and then finally I got into IIT Madras PhD. So this is all about my academic journey. Again, this is also in philosophy only.
Okay. Okay, so in your college or maybe in post-grad, you must have decided that okay, you'll go into academics. So, but before jumping into that, first we'd like to know what is UGC NET, what is JRF, and what is the difference between these two things.
Yeah, sure. So, UGC NET University Grants Commission conducts this national eligibility test. Through which people who are aspiring into academics can become eligible for being an assistant professor. Now, UGC NET, it is one exam. Which consists of two parts, 150 questions. 50 question is general and 100 questions are your subject specific question. Now it is classified into three groups. So, for example, the paper is of 300 marks. If you are scoring, this is just for an example. If you're scoring 100 marks, you will be eligible for PhD only. If you get 150 marks, you'll be eligible for assistant professor. If you get 200 marks, you'll be eligible for JRF. So, this is one single exam which is classified into these three categories. And for all these three categories, different cutoffs are decided on the basis of competition through which you clarify this, and it makes your academic journey better. So either you are eligible for PhD or assistant professor or JRF. And the main difference between NET and JRF is that if you have qualified NET or JRF, you are eligible for assistant professor lifetime. However, the only difference between these two is that junior research fellowship, JRF, if you are qualifying when you are pursuing PhD, Ministry of Education will fund you with a particular amount of scholarship per month. So you'll be able to earn while
Yes.
doing the PhD. And NET also gives you, it depends on university to university, it could give you a little less amount than JRF, and it will majorly make you eligible for assistant.
Okay, so what is the average amount a student gets in scholarship?
So if one qualifies currently, if you're qualifying JRF, you're getting 37,000 per month. Plus, if you're staying outside, you'll also get HRA, house rent allowance,
Okay.
which depends city to city, 9,000 to 11,000.
Also course to course, right?
Yeah, course to course
Yes.
also. So UGC NET is majorly humanities and commerce, and CSIR is science. So science scholarship is higher than humanities.
So, but okay. So when did you clear UGC NET and JRF? So please share more on that part, because there are times when we feel that okay, there's a certain time frame only when you can give the exam. So is there anything time restraint is there, or when you should start preparing? That is also a valid question for the students who are in college and also in masters.
So age limit is like 30. If you have qualified JRF, you have to take admission before the age of 30.
Okay.
However, the minimum bar is that you have to be a final year student in MA. If you are in final year of MA, you can give NET. And so this is there. So I gave it because I was, as I told you, that I was pretty much clueless in my MA how to pursue it. It was just a passion that I wanted to do, but I never really thought about the process and all. So in MA, I figured out when I saw my friends giving UGC NET, I figured out that I should also give it. So it was during my final exam. You can give it as soon as you enter in your final year, but it was during my final exam of MA that I thought of giving UGC NET. My first attempt, I didn't read much. So it took me 3 attempts to qualify JRF. I qualified NET in both the previous attempts, but I could not make it to JRF. I would always be lacking 4 marks, 6 marks like that. So first attempt I could not qualify. Second attempt I could qualify. I was very close to JRF, but third attempt I finally qualified JRF while this job. I was in this job while I was doing it. The major book that I referred was Arihant for my subject, and KVS Madan is there for general subject. This I suggest to everyone. Arihant almost has a compiled book for every subject, for subject specific thing, and KVS Madan is good for part 1, which is the general question. For the amount of time that you have talked about, mostly it's been for me 1.5 months. So if a person, it depends from person to person. If a person is someone who can completely exclude their time and give it to studies, 1.5 months is quite sufficient if you are able to devote your 6 to 8 hours a day, if you're able to do that. But if you are a slow learner, or if you need a little more time, or you cannot devote 8 hours in a day to studies, you want only 2-3 hours, you should prepare maybe 3-4 months ahead. 3-4 hours in a day would be fine for you. So this is pretty much needed time.
Thank you so much, Kritika, and thank you so much for actually sharing your experience. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and please keep watching Hello Future Generation.